Hey Pam and Jack, this is Frank and Jason. We're going to do a little walkthrough. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is because you have a well-insulated house, you still have a lot of snow on your roof, so I didn't get to make it up there. But I actually got to view it from the windows as I opened each of the windows and took a look. So at this juncture, if we had a water problem with the roof, we would have seen it come down from the attics and then clearly on the ceilings, and I found none of that. So I just want to let you know I wasn't able to get onto the roof. So let's walk around a little bit. Let's go look at the mechanicals real quick. Got a brand new furnace and water heater, no filter. So you're gonna have to get a filter in there. They should have actually put one, and it's running, so the faster you get a filter in, the better for the whole system. The other thing which is interesting is the temperature pressure relief valve ends in this drain. Unfortunately, it needs to go down, and it's currently shooting out. So in my report, because hot water, scalding water could come out and hit you, it actually needs to go down so it doesn't scald anybody. Other than that, these things are working just fine. You can actually hear your conditioned crawl space fan working currently in there, so all good. Electrical good, you have a 200 amp service, lots of power. You have lots of blue tape, and I heard Jason said you were here yesterday. So clearly there's still a lot of finish work to be done in the house. Plumbing, 2 of the toilets don't flush currently. It's probably, again, the guts haven't been plumbed properly in there, and they've yet to get to that one. So there's one downstairs and one upstairs. In the kitchen, unfortunately, some of your appliances have packing materials in them, so I couldn't test them. The microwave I could test. I couldn't test the electrical oven. Couldn't test the dishwasher. Your gas stove top works just fine. These lights don't come on the fan and light overhead. The fan comes on, but the lights don't come on, so I think they need bulbs. Little stuff. I opened all of your windows. I love the crank windows. They just take a while to open and close, so I would encourage you to do a little bit of that. As the house goes to the winter and the spring, you want to open those windows and close them a little bit. The gas fireplace insert doesn't have its gas turned on, so I couldn't test it either. Let's go into the master real quick.
Side note, all these things are under warranty for you, Pam and Jack, so the first year you're in here. If anything does not work, you're covered.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's your master. So you can say a couple things I couldn't test. I normally like to run all the water to see how the plumbing's working, and then once I go into the house, I can actually see if there's a problem. I ran as much as I could, your sinks. Jason and I were talking about a little humming sound from the dim switch that was recently installed right here, and it acts like a rheostat, so the higher the voltage, I think the louder the noise, the less the voltage, less the noise. I'm not sure how you would fix that. So there's a few electrical things they still operated in here, so I would ask the electrician how they might be able to solve that problem. Here's your crawl space entrance, and the water shutoff valve is just right inside this access panel, so this is really important to know where that's at unless you have a fixture issue. All right. You have two thermostats, one downstairs and one upstairs. Let's go on upstairs.
Easier thermostats than the last house?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it worked just fine.
Good.
So one interesting thing I wanted to show you, and maybe it's, which window did I find it in here? I was looking out the front window. Essentially, you have water. You have a water downspout coming off the hipped roof, the top hipped roof, and it comes down to the lower roof, and it freezes on the roof. If you're not familiar with ice dams, essentially the water melt or the snow melt comes over the soffit, freezes because the soffit's colder, the ice builds up, and everything backs up behind it. So with this hipped roof, as we go through the winter, I would just recommend looking and making sure you don't have ice dams. We just don't know until you have this kind of snow thawing in cold weather. That's just a note.
What can you do about ice dams? Because I feel like everyone gets them at some point. It seems
So there's
to
a
be.
couple fixes for ice dams that are actually really simple. A knee-high nylon filled with ice, a de-icer,
Yep.
and then you put it perpendicular to your gutters. It literally creates a channel for the water to flow so the ice dam doesn't build up behind it. So it's
Gotcha.
a pretty simple fix.
I've actually done that fix before. In 2017.
2017, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about the only way I could check the roof out was simply opening the windows and taking a look because there's still quite a bit of snow. So I apologize I couldn't get on the roof, but again, based on what I've seen, roof's in good shape.
Perfect.
Again, upstairs, some of these toilets aren't functioning. So plumber's got to get in here and take care of them. Lights. Other than that, I think the house is in pretty good shape. My report will have all the little things, and I should have it to you by tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Frank.
You bet.